being all that I can be. I can't call in sick on Mondays when the weekend's been too strong. I just work straight through the holidays, sometimes all night long. You can bet that I stand ready when the wolf growls.
Hi, my name is Rick Wheat, and I'm VP of Housing Operations for Invest in America's Veterans Foundation. And I want to welcome you to our community team members at the Whispering Pines community in Spartanburg, South Carolina. This is a property that we've owned for a little over a year or so, and have really gotten the program up and running just in the last few months, and are getting some rave reviews about the team and about the program that we've gotten from the outside. And I wanted to just take the opportunity to recognize the hard work and the people that are putting forth this effort. So if you don't mind, let's go ahead and let you ladies introduce yourselves, and we'll take it up from there.
Hi, I'm Lauren.
And your position within the...
I'm the assistant manager.
Excellent.
I'm Kimberly, I'm the community manager.
Hi, I'm Ann, and I'm a leasing agent.
All right. Well, ladies, tell a little bit about the community here, and we can go over some of the details of the program that makes it so unique throughout the country.
Our community here is a veteran-based community. We enjoy working with the veterans. We definitely enjoy working with IVAF. We're working with different societies like Austin Wilkes, the TBR program, Wounded Warriors Foundation here. The property itself consists of 312 units. We are readily available moving our veterans in. Our goal is to get every veteran into a home and off the streets with a shelter over their head. We feel that the veterans are a very sincere part of our society. They should never be the ones that are left behind, and that for reason we work extra hard, diligently to put these veterans in homes and get roofs over their heads and let them know how much we appreciate them and the time they've given and the sacrifices that they have made.
Well, I will share with the audience that in most of our communities, we've got the VA has a HUD-VASH program in place. That is the VA supportive housing program, where the federal government, the VA Department of Veterans Affairs, and the Department of Housing and Urban Development collaborate and provide grants and subsidies to the various cities and their housing authorities. And we have a very strong relationship with those. Unfortunately, the outlying county of Spartanburg County here in South Carolina does not have a HUD-VASH program. So in essence, they've been forced to deal with some grants that they've received from the federal government directly through Spartanburg County, but they don't have the same effect that they have with some of the other communities that we've got. So they've had to work extra hard and have done a sensational job in doing so. Share with them a little bit about some of the things that we waive, or some of the aspects of the program that we've got put together.
Well, right now, as when a veteran comes in, the very first thing from the get-go is we let them know we're not going to charge them an application fee. We're not going to charge them an administration fee. We're going to look out for them. We're going to waive these fees. We're going to get their application processed, and we're going to get them in the door. If they're not familiar with some of the programs that we are working with, as far as Austin Wilkes and TBR, we definitely hook these veterans up with these different facilities to be able to help them offset some of the money that they need to move in. And even on site here, if it comes down to we needing to adjust our money and adjust some of the fees that we're charging as far as rental basis just to get that veteran off the street, then that's what we are working with IVAF to definitely get these veterans in homes and get them off the streets. Right now, everybody looks at a money thing. Right now, we're not really looking into money crisis. We're looking into homes, recognizing the veterans who gave for us.
Well, what we look at it is not as a handout, but a hand up to get them back on the street. If anybody deserves recognition and assistance, it's the folks that have sacrificed so much so that we can enjoy the freedoms that we do. Again, I want to thank you ladies for all that you've done for us, for the veterans, for the neighborhood here, and let you know that our foundation very much appreciates all your hard work and time and expense that you've put into improving the community.
And I'll let Lauren give you a scenario with one of the veterans we helped. And I'm going to let Miss Ann talk and give you a scenario about one of the veterans we helped and how the feedback comes back to us from the people that we're helping and that y'all are allowing us to help.
I'd like to talk about Mr. Ricky Hoey. He just moved in about a week or two ago. Unfortunately, I had to give him the news that there were some problems with his background, that it wasn't coming back, and we didn't know what to do. He was homeless. He was living on the streets right at that moment. And we spoke with home office and corporate, and they did everything they could, and they went ahead and got him approved even before we were able to do anything here, and did everything they possibly could for us to get him in touch with Austin Wilkes, to get him in touch with Tebra, and do everything possible to get him off the streets as soon as possible.
And he's moved in now?
He is moved in now.
That is awesome. That is awesome. Now you have a story for yourself?
We also have one of our vets. His name is Mr. Miller, and when he moved in, he was also homeless. He also had some issues with his background, where initially he was denied, but they were able to get him approved. But what we find with a lot of our vets, because they are homeless, they come and they have nothing. They have no furniture, they have no dishes, they have nothing to really start their home with. And of course they are grateful, and so are we, that they have a roof over their head. But what I found, some of us and other agencies, it's been churches, they come together and find them furniture, find them the different things that they need. Some of our vets went into their homes thinking they wouldn't have anything, but some people came by and brought some things unbeknownst to them, and it was like a surprise to them. And that happened with the vet that she was speaking of, and also with Mr. Miller, with another vet that we have here. So we are aware here when they are in need of certain things. So what we do, if we can, we reach out to different agencies that can help them and try to bridge that gap so that when they come in, they are grateful to have a place over their head, but we want it to not just be a place over their head, but we want it to be home. We want this place to be home, a place that they can be proud of, invite their family and their friends. And so when we know they don't have anything, we don't always tell them, because we can't make a promise and then we can't keep it, but we'll just be among ourselves and other people we contact with, we put it together so that when they get there, they have food in their refrigerator, dishes, or whatever things, and towels and washcloths. I mean, little things that nobody thinks about. But there are small things that make, your apartment, your house, a real home. And so we're grateful to all of them.
And I want to, this team here is an awesome team. They go beyond what, you have the apartment industry and people lease an apartment and they forget about you. This team here, and especially with our veterans, like she's saying, I cannot say out-of-pocket expense that goes above and beyond that gets done for these residents that people don't even know about. But these residents are like our families, these veterans, and I have, preached it and instilled it that, and they have got the same outlook that I have, and I love these women, is we're not putting you in an apartment. They'll come in and say, we're looking for you an apartment. They leave here with a firm handshake, thanking them for their service and telling them, we're going to get you in a home.
Well, as you ladies understand, part of our program is that we, whenever we get a veteran that comes in with an denial, it's immediately sent up to our compliance department. It's sent over to me. We take a look. We figure out what the problems are. Is that a problem that's going to be a danger to the existing residents in the community? And if it's not, then we'll override that denial that comes back. That's a step, that's a process that very few communities are willing to take the time and energy to do. And what we look at is that, you know, a drunk driving conviction 8, 10, 15 years ago is typically no risk to the community residents now. And so, you know, most of the time when they go into a place, they're just turned down and told, sorry, we can't deal with you. And we'll do everything within our power that is within the law, that the law will allow us to do, to analyze and make certain that, you know, that the only risk that we will not accept are risks that will put the rest of the community in danger. And these ladies are an absolutely glowing example of why we love them so much, why we're so proud to have them as part of our team, and what makes the program so successful here. Ladies, thank you so much for all you do, and for being here, and we're very proud to have you part of our organization.
Thank you for having
Thank
us.
you for
Thank
having
you
us.
for being a part of it.
Being all that I can be, I can't call in sick on Mondays when the weekend's been too strong. I just work straight through the holidays, sometimes all night long. You can bet that I stand